Teaching, your personal assistant. So what is Brisk, other than iced tea? It's a Google Chrome extension that allows you to create resources, inspect writing, and do a whole lot more. Brisk is a little add-on that works within YouTube, websites, Google Docs, Google Slides, and PDFs. You can create resources like quizzes, rubrics, syllabus, slides, guided notes, worksheets, tons more things, sub-plans, lesson plans, you name it. So to get Brisk, we need to go to the Chrome Web Store, search for Brisk Teaching, and add it to Chrome. Add the extension. What this is going to do is pop Chrome, or pop the little Brisk icon wherever Brisk can be used. So you'll see you have to jump through a few hoops. Once you set this up, it's going to want you to answer a few basic questions, but then it wants you to pin Brisk up in the toolbar of Chrome. So what that means is our Chrome extensions live under that little puzzle piece, but we can make it so that Brisk stands aside from that. So if Brisk doesn't open, you tap the little icon and there we go. So we're going to come up here, hit the pin, and Brisk shows up in our toolbar. It wants me to invite people. I'm not going to do that right now. We're going to skip ahead. It'll give you some tutorials to get started if you'd like. Let's go back and look at some things we can do. One thing I wanted to point out too, because an amazing English teacher, Jen Burley, brought this to my attention. In the world of AI, we're always looking to see if students are completing their own work or how much they're doing with AI. There's no solid AI detector, but this Brisk add-on will let you go into a Google Doc, watch a replay of the student's work to show you the number of edits, the time spent on it, and then if they had any large pastes, you'll see that. So like if they copied from another place and brought it in. You can go in any Google Doc to file version history to get a glance at the different edits, but this is like a playback in real time. So let's look at some examples. We can go to any YouTube video that has a transcript and create a Google Forms quiz from it. It will tell you if there's no transcript available, and then you just can't use that video, but let's see how this works. So I'm clicking Brisk. I'm going to a quiz. Notice I can change up some of my options here. I can dump it into a doc if I just wanted to print it. I could do a new form. So what it's going to do is go open Google Forms and start populating it. Notice I'm leaving this in real time so that you see it doesn't happen instantly, so don't panic. So it's looked at the transcript from that video. It's created some questions based on how many I asked it to create. Everything AI is what I would like to consider the 80-20 rule. Like 80% of it might be really good, 20% of it needs to be looked over. This is true with any AI tool. You can customize it and make it your own. So it turned it into a quiz, but you can change the settings of the quiz and check the answer key, the point value, and make sure they've got the correct answers. And then you can publish it and assign it. You can also go from a YouTube video into Google Slides. So here's one on figurative language. And a lot of the made for student ones do have transcripts so that we can do these things. So notice my options change based on what I'm looking to do. I'm going to pick a theme and say Brisk it. So in a moment, it's going to open Google Slides and start creating a presentation for me. This is a great springboard. Generally, when I create presentations for students, they are filled with images and less words. That seems to have more of an impact unless you're doing guided notes or something. But this gives me a great starting point to go from a video into a slide presentation. You can also use a YouTube video to get depth of knowledge questions. So here's one on multiplying two fractions. So I'm going to hit Brisk. I want depth of knowledge questions. Notice I can change the grade level. Now there are free and paid features. Sometimes I hit a wall because it's a paid feature, but I have been able to do so much just with the free version. And here we go. Depth of knowledge questions created from a YouTube video. Again, great springboards and starting points. I almost never take what AI generates and use it exactly as is. I always customize it. So we can go from a web page into a lesson plan. So let's look at the web page, 20 practical examples of algebra in everyday life. Use Brisk to create a lesson plan. And I can select my grade level, and I can select how long I want the lesson to last. And here we go. Notice the link to Common Core standards. Some tools will allow you to pick PA standards. I'm not sure that Brisk does that at this point, but I know that Diffit does. So here's a lesson plan created just from a web page. Let's see what else Brisk can do. If you need subplans, you could use a web page to create subplans. Just give me a glance at some of the other options here. Okay, let's look at some guided notes. I know when PowerPoint and Google Slides became the thing, many teachers put their notes up, which was great because it provided a visual. But sometimes it's really tricky because students are trying to read the notes, listen to you, and perhaps copy them. This is where guided notes comes in handy. It's great for comprehension piece. So here are the health effects of screen time. We're going to create. And this time I want guided notes. Pick my grade level. So this could be a great ELA piece, media literacy piece, aside from the content, because you are reading and doing guided notes to aid in comprehension. Okay, let's look at Google Slides that I created turned into a resource. Let's see what it does here. So this is flipping the classroom as a teacher concept. And we're going to create a resource based on the slides I made. Notice too, you can change the language. There are over 70 languages here. Now, what I found fascinating was, as it builds out this resource, it's taking my content, but it's also using AI to add to it. So there are examples in here that I did not include in my slides. But like, wow. So as with most things AI, it just enhances what you're able to do. This one intrigued me. I wanted to see it create a syllabus. So we have Mrs. Tonkin, who has a website with her classroom expectations and procedures, and I wanted to use Brisk to create a syllabus and see what it would do. So I'm picking the grade level, picking the amount of time that the course will run. And I was actually pretty impressed. We'd have to have Mrs. Tonkin check it out to see if it matches her expectations. Again, so it might not be accurate, but she could take this and modify it. This is one of the most powerful parts, I feel, of Brisk that Jen Burley showed me. So let's take a look. So what I did was I created a Google Doc and I wanted to inspect my rating. I've already watched it, so I'm going to go back and slide this back and hit play. Notice it's going to show me how many edits, how long it took, and there's one paste, and it shows me where it is, and I can look and see what it was. So this will give you a little bit of background in terms of if you already are aware of your students' writing style and their abilities, whether you believe they created this on their own or with the assistance of another tool. The plagiarism concept that we struggle with AI. While AI has a place, you also want them to do their own work. So this tool will be very helpful. What's nice too is you can change the reading level of anything. So we're looking at a website here. And Brisk didn't come up, so I hit it in my toolbar up in Chrome. It's assessing this at a 9th grade level. I want it at a 5th grade level. So it's going to pop the original article in for me and a link to it. And then it's going to rewrite this at a 5th grade reading level. I left this in because you'll see there was a message here that there was a little bit of a delay. This is one piece that could be helpful depending on what you're looking to do. It can provide some feedback. So it's not doing your job for you, but perhaps it'll give you some ideas as you provide student feedback. So I'm going to select feedback, glow and grow, areas of strength, growth, and probing questions. Again, you can pick your grade level, you can put in a focus, you can click on the standards, and the feedback will appear. This was interesting because I asked ChatGPT a question and copied and pasted in here, and I want to see it work on itself. So I can insert that. If you have the paid version, it will actually highlight student text and put comments right in. You have to approve the comments, and you always want this to be in your voice, and you don't want it to replace what you're doing. You want it to enhance what you're doing. You also have the ability to upload and work with PDFs. So we've looked at things like websites, we've looked at YouTube videos, but it does give you the ability to upload a PDF and create resources from it, just like we would anything else. Again, we've selected guided notes. So it took a PDF, analyzed it, and created guided notes for it. And there is so much more that you can do with Brisk. This is almost like a snapshot in time because as of spring 2025, this is what Brisk can do with the free version. I'm sure when you get in there, they're going to develop the tool even more.